we're live. I'm just waiting for this thing to reset. It's supposed to do it by itself. Come on. Is it going? Sometimes this thing is like so slow to reboot. Okay, I think it... Okay, yeah, okay, sorry. Let me switch to live chat. Okay. Yes, hello people. Sorry, I saw there was a few people already here. Yeah, there were some people in the pre-chat that I saw as well. Let's see, who do we have here at the moment? Hi Oakbud, hi Kate the Artist, hi Cassie, hi Glitchdrop, hi K-Bucks, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Your makeup's really pretty. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was like kind of just messing around today. Like, I was having one of those days where I was like, I'm just gonna do random stuff on my face and see what happens. I don't know. I feel like the result ended up being like a bit elderly, like showgirl. Like, I don't know. The makeup is giving whoever that song, you know, Lola, She Was a Showgirl is about. I don't know if that's a good thing. I went 4 through Stray Kids. Hi, Bathy. Oh, thank you so much for the thumbs up. Or I guess I should also, like, you know, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Hi, that one Vibri fan, not Turkey, hello. We playing Deltarune to fight the secret boss, and I'm almost a Jevil. Oh no, not Jevil. I know, that's the thing. It's like, I want to start a whole new file because I also need to fight the secret bosses. And that's like the one thing that's kind of holding me back is the thought of having to do Jevil again. I'm like, please no, not this again. Because yeah, it's like I think Jevil and Spammed and Neo are the only secret bosses I've done. Yeah. No, thank you so much for the star 143 Stray Kids. Thank you, thank you. Love the new custom emoji. Yeah, for any members who happen to be around, I made another new emoji. This one in honor of the fact that as of yesterday, Tenna has won the 2026 Tumblr Sexy Man vote, which I gotta be honest, I kind of didn't see that coming, and I thought that was very funny. Not that I thought like Tenna wasn't deserving of it or something. I don't know. For some reason, I kind of didn't really think Tumblr was gonna vote that way. I don't know. I'm not on Tumblr that much. I'm not like one of those people who lives on Tumblr, so maybe I just like don't know the what the vibes exactly are over there at the moment. But yeah, I actually was not expecting Tenna to win. Jevil is so fun. Jevil's like fun for the first few rounds, and then once I realize just how long it's gonna take me to win, the fun just dissipates and turns to rage. Have fun on Jevil because I'm better at the game now. That's true. I mean, that's a good way to look at it too. Spammed and proud of himself for being married to Tenna. Yeah. Oh gosh. Hey Andrew. Pulled Spampton plus 10 equals Peepus. I mean, where is the lie, right? I'm online tonight, yeah. Hi Tony Sweden. Yeah, like I was trying to like find a spin on it. Like, I mean, if anyone saw the shorts video that I shared today, like, you know, I was jokingly framing it like, you know, Spampton would be super jealous because I think Spampton was up for Tumblr Sexy Man in like 2023 or something and did not win. Because I remember like working at a convention during that time period and people were like campaigning. Like they were coming up to my table being like, you're gonna vote for Spampton for Tumblr Sexy Man, right? And I was like, whoa, okay. Hey, Flower Girl. Hey, my mom's here. Hi, Mom. Welcome. You made it right as we started. Hello. Hi, Glamrock. Thank you so much for sharing the stream. I appreciate that. Earrings are so pretty. Oh, thank you. I figured like poison was like good for some like weird root art. You know what I mean? But yeah, so yeah, for anyone who just got here, we've got a new custom emoji of Tenna just in honor of you know, the whole Tumblr Sexy Man thing. Because yeah, I don't know. I thought that was extremely funny, and the fact that Toby replied to it like. Like, does that mean, like, Toby was sitting around genuinely anticipating the results. Like, I don't know. There's something very, very funny about that. Like, he was just like, I really hope my TV man wins. Come on, Tenna. I was just kind of surprised. Like I said, maybe I just am not on Tumblr enough to really know like the vibes over there at the moment. But I was kind of surprised that Kane from TADC didn't make it to the final round at least. Like, I'm not saying I thought Kane was gonna win, but like to not even make it to the final round up against Tenna kind of took me by surprise. Like, I don't know, especially given that like, chapter 3 was a little while ago. Meanwhile, like the finale of TADC like just came out, but I don't know. It almost feels like Spampton lost twice, doesn't it? Just kidding. How long did it take you to draw it? I've been working on this for a while, I'm embarrassed to admit, and I did not make nearly as much progress as I was actually hoping to have before the stream started today. The drawing part actually didn't take that long. It's just, I've been chipping away at these chains. Like, I don't know, like, this is where I start being too much of a perfectionist. I kind of went back and was redoing a bunch of these, which was probably totally unnecessary, but I don't know, I was suddenly like not happy with them. They were too like chunky. I was like going back in and trying to like thin them all out, which really slowed me down. Remek is your real surname? Yeah, well, see, the thing is, like, long before I was ever known online for not even just cosplay, but like content creation in general, I was just known as like an artist you'd see around at like artist alleys and like, posting online here and there. So I always just went by my name. So like all of my socials were under that name because that's the name you would see if if you got like an artist alley list at a show and you were trying to find me. And like, I've been in like a lot of comic work and stuff. Like I'm published in anthologies and things. So I just always used my name. And then of course, social media, like I'd promote that stuff with my name. And so, the cosplay thing kind of came out of nowhere. Like, let's just say like the person who first shared a Mangle cosplay video did so under my usual accounts thinking no one was gonna see anything. You know what I mean? Like, so at this point, I'm just owning it. I'm just like, whatever. I am what I am. And yeah, I don't have like a fun, cool username like other people. Oh well, it's too late. Like, if I had talked to myself like 10 years ago, maybe things would be different. Just be like, give yourself a cool name. You'll regret it someday if you don't. But oh well. We heard Toby voicing the cock sounds, yes. I am so glad somebody finally did it. Like, I was really hoping, because I knew, like, if like, I tried to pitch it down myself, I'd probably do a terrible job, and it wouldn't be very accurate. So I'm glad, like, somebody finally, like, managed to revert it back to whatever, like, the original, voicing was. And, yeah, just the thought of Toby sitting there at the mic making those sounds is so funny. Like, and you could tell how, like, stupid he was being about it too, just being like blah, 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 blah. I think it was the sad nyon that really got me though. It was like no. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to make sound effects, right? Hi Crazy Cosplay, how are you doing today? I'm doing all right. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Hi Carol. Hello everyone. Yeah, sorry, I suppose we should probably like get started. We always do this though, right? Like the stream starts and we just kind of like chat for a bit. I mean, let's face it, my live streams are like mostly me chatting because I'm just a chatty sort of person. Like, yeah, the amount of work that I actually get done during live streams has never been that good because I'm kind of bad at multitasking. Hi, Flowery the Human. Welcome. Starting with a howdy, of course. But yeah, so yeah, as far as the art goes, here's where we're at. I would have gotten farther, but I will admit that because, I saw that Tenna won the Tumblr Sexy Man thing last night, I decided to do one of my mini daily doodles instead. So yeah, this is the latest one. I drew it last night and then I colored it today. Like I told myself to work on this before the stream, but I saw an opportunity and I was like, people are probably gonna be talking about Tenna right now. Like, let's, I guess it just made it like the obvious choice for what my next daily doodle was gonna be, and I hadn't done one in a couple days. So, yeah, I can't believe I'm so close to finishing this page too. I don't know who the next two are gonna be. We'll find out. But yeah, so if you go to like my Instagram or TikTok accounts, like this is the story post at the moment because every time I finish one of these, I add it as like a story thing. So yeah, today we've got Tenna looking very, very proud of himself. Laura's here. Hi, Vex. I love it. Thank you so much. Least favorite hell of a boss or has been character? Oh gosh, I don't know. I think I'd have to think on that. Uh, Might be my favorite duel so far. I love Tenna so much. Ah, thank you. Looks rad. Thank you, Andrew. Tenna's gorgeous. Yeah, thank you. I feel like I had a hard time drawing him at like the first few times I had tried in the past, and I'd like to think I'm getting a little better at it. Like I was able to do this like 3 times faster than I think I would have been able to in the past. So that was nice at least. Um, yeah, so I'm just trying to think like favorite hell of a boss or has been character. Gosh, I have no clue. There's so many characters. Like I'd have to. I'm like who would be the. I don't know. I don't know. Um, Whenever people ask me favorite or least favorite questions, I like have no idea how to answer. I don't know. Is that like weird? Like, do people just always have like favorites and least favorites of things? I feel like I don't, and I don't know if that's like a strange thing or not. I don't know. It probably just like depends on the episode or something. Yeah. I want to say Mammon would be my least favorite and Hell of a Boss because like he made Fizzerolly sad, but then it's like Mammon's really funny. And I hate that I laugh at his jokes because I want to hate him so much. So I hate him, but he is funny. So anyways, so yeah, so we got Tenna for today, but yeah, unfortunately Tenna did slow down because yeah, it's like not only did I work on the Tenna doodle there, but also like so stupid, but yeah, I did waste a bunch of time today making the new custom emoji. Not that it took like that long, it really didn't. Like now that I know how to make custom emojis, I'm like, you know, honestly, it's not that hard. I can make them really, really fast, which is good. Like I can make more of them. But yeah, it's like a bunch of stuff came up, and the next thing I knew, I like wasn't getting anything done here. That's also why like there wasn't a Mangle video today. Like, well, I mean, part of it was because I shared a Spamton cosplay video. Because like, how could I not? I just happened to have that like big shot video. And I was like, that's so funny, like with the context of Tenna winning the Tumblr Sexy Man. So I just had to. I was like, quick, edit and post it. But yeah, I didn't have time to like do a Mangle one. So don't worry, we'll have more Mangle tomorrow. I promise. I got slowed down in so many ways today out of nowhere. Oh, thank you so much for the laughing disco, SNR420. Thank you. I appreciate that. I always love the laughing disco one because it kind of looks like a really yassified boo. Like, I don't know. Human Spamton antenna? Oh my goodness. I'd have to like really sit and doodle that and dwell on it. I guess that I'd probably imagine them looking like famous game show hosts, you know, like since that's what they're patterned after. I mean, I know like Spamton's meant to look salesman-ish, but I feel like back when he was a normal Addison, he actually didn't look that much like a salesman. He kind of looks more like one now, I think, with like the slicked back black hair and everything. Like, I feel like in his original form, he really didn't give that vibe as much. Hey, Dolly Chu, you made it. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, no worries, we just started. As a check in fan point. No, don't give me ideas. No. Do not make me want to draw Spamton antenna as Backstage and Vanna White. That's like there are so many possibilities. It's just buried in that. Like like I'm already sitting here being like, so which one's Vanna White? But like, let's face it, I think we all kind of know which one's Vanna White. Oh boy. Yeah, that's. I wonder if anyone's drawn something like that already, because, you know. Love your headband. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's funny because, like, the headband's actually just, like, a normal cloth headband, and I just, clipped a bunch of stuff into it, so. I tend to do that. Oh, I'm sorry. I, like, whacked the mic with my stupid necklace. I'm so sorry. That probably sounded terrible. Spin the wheel. Yeah. Oh, God. Now I'm, like, I'm picturing it way too much. That would be really funny. So yeah, as far as this illustration goes today, like I was dwelling on it where I was like, considering I like did not get much done, I was like, okay, so how should we tackle this best today, because last time that I live streamed this, all I did was like work on these chains, and I think that sounds so boring. Like, who would even want to watch that again? So I was thinking we could get started on some of the colors. That's actually part of the reason I finally like propped this thing up, because I was thinking like it's harder for me to do precision stuff like this at this like weird angle, but it might not be so bad for doing some watercoloring. However, watercoloring is definitely not my specialty. In fact, I would go so far as to say any and all types of coloring are not my specialty. So yeah, I don't know. I've been dwelling on this where I'm just like, okay, how do we best tackle this? I think the thing that I've been debating, and I don't know where to go with this, is like this is where like you start to get into that problem of how much do you stick to your own style, and how much do you start to like try new things? Because, you know, like one of the things that my style is known for is like, I mean, you can see this even just, you know, with like the daily doodles and stuff. Like, I'm big on like contour lines. Like, I got my start in comics. That was like, there was a time when I was only exclusively known for black and white art because I did comics and comic inking. So like, I never really learned how to color things without relying so much on like, you know, that kind of comic style of inking first. But, you know, I'm looking at something like this and it's all watery, right? Like underwater stuff. And I'm like, would dark contour lines kind of kill that, like, I shouldn't say kill in, as far as this kind of illustration goes. But, you know, like, would it kill that vibe a little bit? But then, I don't know, it's like, for a while there, like, I think the reason I had to redo that one Noelle illustration so many times was, I think I have it over here somewhere. Yeah, this one here was like, the reason I had to redo this one so many times was because I kept trying to like be anyone other than myself. I hate to say it. I kept trying to draw and color the way everyone else seems to do, only to keep figuring out, usually after wasting just so many hours on this, days at a time, like realizing like I'm just not even good at it and I keep making things worse. So I kind of like purposely went back to my roots here. Like, it's intentional that like she's not colored in because I wanted to like go back to the stuff that I'm known for. And that's why I'm like having this debate now with this illustration, because it's like, I don't know, is it better to like play to your strengths or is it better to try new things? Because, you know, it's like my immediate like thought would be, oh, just start inking this. Just ink it right now and then like you'll deal with the colors later. But then I'm like, is that just gonna lead me back to like 10 different attempts at Noelle before we end up like right back where we started? Like, that result is so lovely. Oh, thank you. Roots are roots. I used to always say like weird route, but now that Flowery made the pacifist root joke, I'm like, oh, should I have been saying it as roots this whole time? Is it like a pacifist root, a weird root? Now I'm thinking that was the pun Toby always intended, and I've just been saying route because, I don't know, it's like a aunt versus aunt kind of situation, a vase versus vase, you know. Stupid English, it has too many ways to say things, and some of it's just regional. It's so cool. Thank you, Lumi the Moth. Trying new things is good. Yeah, I mean, I guess like here's the other thing I'm thinking as far as this goes. As far as like trying to like strategize here. there is something to be said for the fact that I could technically just start coloring, and then if I realize, oh, I'm terrible at this, try to salvage it by inking on top of it, you know? Like, if I put ink down now, I can't take it back, but like, you can always work back on top of colors, if that makes sense. So that's why part of me is kind of leaning towards like, what if I just whip out the watercolors right now and we just like try some stuff and see what happens. And then if it's like, oof, this is definitely not one of my strengths, which is probably what's gonna happen, then I go just whip out my comic book inking style and try to save the situation. I don't know. Yeah. I guess we could just give it a try. Like, there's really no other way, to go about it is to just try. And that's kind of part of the reason I just stopped with the chains. Because I was thinking to myself, like, you know what? Like, if I start doing the colors, though, and I realize, like, oh, no, this isn't going to work. We have to do a redo and just, like, start over. Probably better to do it now, right? Before I've wasted even more time with that. I mean, worst case scenario, I just have to draw a lot of chains again. Wouldn't be the end of the world. Especially because you could tell I got better at it as we went across. Like, these chains look terrible. Almost makes me want to do a redo right now, but it's probably not worth it. Oh, thank you so much for the butterfly, Esnar. Thank you. It's so generous of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, K-Bucks, for the star. Appreciate that. Oh, sorry, the cats are getting fed. If you hear any like meowing in the background, that's what that is. So yeah, I guess like we can just kind of go for it. I purposely picked a different kind of paper for this one than some of the other stuff I've been doing lately, because this paper can handle water. So I did go into this knowing like, yes, we are definitely going to be doing watercolors here. So yeah, I don't know. I guess because so much of this isn't finished yet, I think I do kind of want to just like start coloring it and see what happens. And then if it's terrible, either ink on top of it or totally start over. Wouldn't be the first time. So yeah, I guess like, why don't we get started with Chris then? Just because since this is a live stream, like I don't want to, of course, like have my hand like this, especially because I'm sure y'all are noticing that like the camera struggles with the focus and there's not much I can do about it. It never knows if it should be looking like here or if it should be looking here. It does drive me crazy. I tried finding some kind of autofocus setting and I could not. I don't know how to get it to not do that. But yeah, why don't we just like get started with Chris? The only other thing I'm pondering, and I might have to like kind of experiment with this a little bit, is sorry, I'm just grabbing a spare piece of paper here. Since they are underwater, right? I'm wondering like, because I don't know. I don't know if my because I use the I'll show you the Chromatech watercolor brush pens. I don't know how it works where like, let's say I fully color in Chris, right? And then we have to do all of the water stuff. Can the Chromatechs handle just putting more color directly on top of like an entire bunch of like coloring layers without doing weird stuff? Like, sorry, not to say weird about this illustration. But because like, for example, if you put blue on top of some yellow that's already on the paper, are you going to accidentally get green or are you going to get blue tinted yellow? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So that's where like some of the annoyances do come in. So I suppose all we could really do is just like give it a try, right? And just see what happens. I'll have to feed my puppies. Aw, so cute. Yeah, thanks for dropping by, Esnar. If I'm saying that right, I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your username. official Kiribaku Rants. Didn't get another notification for my stream. Yeah, I'm not surprised. YouTube is awful about that stuff, especially with me. Like, I swear, like, YouTube is always just trying to, like, bury me. Fighting Jebel now, stand stream. Wish me like, yeah, good luck. Oh my goodness. And thank you for the gold coin. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, seriously, good luck. Hi, Graveyard Kitten. I'm doing all right. How you doing? What are we doing here? We are working on this illustration, and because I'm someone who does not specialize in colors, I've been sitting here debating how to tackle this next step. Need some junk paper. Yeah, exactly. I was using this paper when I was doing the 10 illustration, but I think I might... I don't know, I'm trying to see if this is... Let's see. I was trying to figure out if this was the smooth or the rough paper, because this stuff, I think, might have a slightly different texture from this stuff. So it might be good to grab a different one. I think I'm actually just gonna like yank a piece out of here because I have a ton of like extra, so I'm just gonna like tear one out and it'll just be the like designated junk piece. Okay. Yeah, this should be the same rough texture then. So, yeah. And I do realize like it probably seems ridiculous, right, that I'm like so slow and unsure about all of this, but like I said, this is just not a specialty of mine. So this is the kind of thing where like other people probably can do this with like barely a thought, but I am unfortunately not one of those people. Also, I tore this out of a much older notebook than this came from, and it's like, do you see the color difference? Like how much more yellowed this paper is. That's kind of sad. Defeated Undyne Undertale last night. It did kill her. Oh no. Us three should hang out. Oh god. Poor Undyne. I have never defeated anyone in Undertale. I'm too soft. I can't do it. I'm a wimp. Okay, so yeah, why don't we like do a little bit of testing here? So we'll start with something that I guess would theoretically be easier, right? Like Chris's hair. So Chris just has like neutral brown hair, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna like pull up, sometimes I find it helpful to like not only pull up images of like the character, but also to sort of see what other people have done. Yeah, it looks like it's, yeah, very like dark toned hair. It almost looks like in some of the fan art, people actually maybe make it a little darker than it looks in the game, although it probably depends on the lighting on the sprite. Yeah, so that's the thing, like I'm thinking there's no way that like sunset colors could go over brown like that. So it's probably like a situation where you'd have to make the brown actually lighter than Chris's hair color and just say like, oh, because it's in the sunlight, you know? Because otherwise I just don't think you could even do anything on top of it. I wonder. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna like grab some colors here and let's just like mess around, you know? Isn't that like part of the fun of drawing is just messing around? So let's see, what kind of browns do I have? Dark brown, sienna, and these don't even have to be perfect. We're just playing. Hickory would be pretty red toned, although maybe that's a good thing. I don't know, I'm gonna pull it out just in case. We have khaki color. What else? Those are probably like the best options I have on hand. Anything else is getting into like kind of the orange and like, I do have like a ginger color. Could be helpful for like highlights, maybe. You can see how much I like just do not know what I'm doing, right? Having problems deciding how to color sketch right now, but to leave it all gray. See, doing exactly what I did with that Noelle illustration. You just reach a certain point where you're like, you know what, maybe this doesn't actually need any color. Which is true though. Like, I actually do think there is something to be said for like not every illustration has to be colored in. Like, that one Springtrap illustration I did, I wound up not coloring it, and I think that was the best decision I could have made. I think coloring it would have been terrible. So, you know, if you think something might look better black and white, go for it. It's the fight with the human Undyne. So when Undyne comes back. Yeah, so that's why, like, I just don't have it in me to, like, defeat anyone in Undertale. I can't, like, deal with the aftermath. It just would make me way too sad. Like, just, I don't know. There's just something a little too dark about it. I'm too much of a wimp. Let's see. Starting to love the monochromatic look. Right? Yeah, coloring is a pain. I completely agree. What are these, like... Sorry, there's, like, weird dusty looking things. Who knows? Okay, so I want to, like... I'm going to do an experimental little gradient here, and then I'm going to, like, intentionally mess it up. Let's see. I've got, like, brown, and then, like, a lighter brown, and then even lighter brown. Like I said, this is just a test. And I guess this is like the ginger. Let's see what it does. That's like very orange. I want to see what, wait, what does the hickory do? Because hickory is like, okay, like that's pretty good for darkening it, I guess. Hold on. Oh yeah, okay, that's actually a good thing because the hickory like adds a red tinge to it a little bit. Let's pretend this is a strand of Chris hair. Because that's not creepy. I have to get used to this paper again. I used to use this paper all the time, and then I actually haven't recently. Okay, so we got ourselves a little gradient there. Let's let that settle for a second. Amazing drawing. Oh, thank you so much, Scancheck. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. This thing keeps whacking the mic. Stop. Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Graveyard Kitten, for the floating heart. I appreciate that. Hi, Charlie. Good to see you, too. Okay, so, like, if we pretend that that's a strand of Chris hair, what happens if I just, like, do something crazy on top of it? Like, if I just take a shade of red, what's that gonna do? Mm-hmm. Wow, it cannot be defeated. Look at that. Like, up here, like, those darker shades of brown said, nah. Like, nice try. Technically, that was vermilion, though, which is a little lighter. Do I have, like, a darker red? Yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, it kind of just, like, darkens it up. Okay. You know, it doesn't, like, affect it as badly as I thought it would, which is, like, a good thing. Because the way I was picturing it was, like... It's kind of tricky, though, because, okay, so, like, the only thing is you've got, like, sunset and then the reflection on the water, so... I guess I was just trying to decide, like, what happens here at the dividing line. Like, if I'm going to put red down, does it go more so up here or down here? Chris' hair's a little reddish. Yeah, I think so, too. Like, just, yeah. I feel like it just suits their overall color palette a little bit better, especially because it contrasts well with, like, all the cool tones that Chris has in the Dark World, going, like, full cyan and stuff. Why are my cats meowing? Like they just got fed, but for some reason Glenn is still having like a tantrum. He's like, what about second breakfast? Yeah, actually, I'm glad to see though that like this actually, especially as it's drying, the red's actually coming out more and more, and it looks really nice. I guess that's a good sign that not all hope is lost here. I am gonna look at. I want to see kind of like what some other artists did for this scene, because like everyone has drawn this scene. Like I actually felt a little silly coming in here at the end and drawing it. I was like, don't mind me, I'm just like 3 weeks late, like, you know. Hey, at least I was fast with the Aqua cosplay, right? I'm gonna be slow with everything else. Why is Glenn meowing? What's the problem? Glenn, you already ate. I know you're a Chonkosaurus, but come on. Woo, man, some of these illustrations are so good. That's where I start to get intimidated, because it's like I look at, like, what's that joke? You know, they always say that like Deltarune artists are like Renaissance painters. It's so true. And then I just feel like an idiot. Gosh, some of these are so hellish too. It's awesome. Like I kind of want that. Like I want it to look like hell. That's the other tricky thing, is the way it was presented in the game. The deeper it goes down, the more it actually turns like green, which is interesting. I guess, yeah, I suppose like I would want the sunset to be more red toned up here, because we're kind of also doing the whole like red soul heart getting shattered kind of vibe. So like we'd want more red up here, and then as we go down, probably more like oranges, yellows, and greens. So yeah, I guess like at least based on what I'm seeing here, it makes me a little nervous to do things this way, but I think what I'm going to attempt to do is just color in Chris the way I would as if there's no sunset and no water, and then try to like put those colors on top later. I'm not sure if that's how other people do it, but like those people also probably know what they're doing and I don't is the thing. So thumbnails, I mean, I don't know. I suppose that's just kind of what this paper's for. Yeah, I mean, let's face it, knowing me, there's a good chance that this whole thing ends up getting scrapped because I'll screw it up in a way that we like can't fix in the end. That's pretty in character for me, so yeah, I feel like all we can really do at this point is just like go for it. So we'll like give Chris's hair a try at first, just to like break the ice here, no pun intended, or maybe pun intended. And part of it too is I just want to see how things look without the contour lines, because it's so not like the way I do things. Like if it does feel weird, but maybe that's good. Oh, sorry, I said weird again. Maybe weird is good. So let's like lighten this up a little bit. Also, when people color in Chris, do they give them like the like yellow, green zombie tones? I wonder. Because Chris does have a bit of a Simpsons thing going on. So I'm just like looking at some of the art here. I mean, some people literally like they just basically did black and white and then just red on top, like just as hellish as they could make it. God, some of this stuff is so dark. Deltarune artists are like on another level of disturbed. But I'm saying that in a good way. Yeah, I guess we could keep Chris's vibes kind of a little Simpson-y. Did I scan the pencils? I didn't scan the pencils, but I did actually do like a digital version of it first as like the outline version. So there should be like a pretty close replica of it that I can like, you know, use to make another one if I truly have to. Because yeah, I always like at least sketch stuff out ahead of time digitally before I like go onto the paper. Because if there's one thing I'm really bad at, actually it's not one thing, it's most things. I like really suck at like designing on the page, you know? Like if I don't do it digitally first, then it's a disaster. Hi, sugar. Proceed. Indeed. Okay, yeah, why don't we just go for it here? It like makes me so nervous. Like I'm like doing things the way I wouldn't normally do it, so I'm like, ah. Which I know is like so ridiculous. Like, I mean, how can you learn if you don't try? But yeah. I don't know. So what do people like think that I know what I'm doing? Because it's like, why would you be someone who works in artist alleys and stuff if you don't know what you're doing? And it's like, it's called pretending. It's called faking confidence until something happens. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go for it without any contour lines. It feels weird. Ah. Okay, well. Now I'm like hesitating. I'm like, wait, but what if I don't? Oh no. I don't know. It'd be so sad to ruin this. Not that like that's unheard of for me. It happens a lot. I mean, like I said, the whole Noel fiasco was unfortunate. I think that's the one and only time I ever made a shorts video where I literally just apologized for just being such a fail. Like, I made like one video that was just basically saying, I gave up on the Noel thing. I don't even know what to tell y'all. I'm absolutely awful at this. Let's try to not have that happen today. I guess all I can do is try. Hey, Rosemary. Back at it? Yeah. More or less. I mean, I am kind of sitting here realizing there's a really good chance that we're at the part now where I ruin it, as I tend to do once the colors happen. But I guess we'll just... try. Okay. I don't know. Do like one strand of hair and see what happens. This is our test hair. I mean, like I said, if it's really bad, I can start over. Like, it's not the worst thing that can happen. I mean, it sucks, but like, you know, I'm willing at least to do stuff like that if I have to. I just wanted to see how the gradient looks. Because I feel like for a sunset scene, you definitely want some sort of gradient, right? Like you want it to look like there's like reflecting happening. And then I purposely picked this paper because it can handle water pretty well. Let me try. I want to see like how light I can make this. Dry this one off a little bit. Jeez. I might want a thinner brush than this one. This is technically how you're supposed to use chroma text, by the way. They are actually meant to be used with with water, and the fact that I often don't do that is like weird. But it's because, like, you know, me and my neons and heavily pigmented colors and stuff, I can't help myself. I do think overall the hair is just like too light though. I'm like darkening it up a lot. Oh, thank you so much, K-Bucks, for the flower. Thank you, thank you. Gotta lock in on Jovel. Yeah, no worries, good luck. Here, I'll do, since you sent flowers, I'll give good luck 10 of flowers in return. There we go. Colors definitely work for me. Oh, thank you. I feel like it's the thing I'm like by far the worst at. Like, for years, I never did any art with colors because it was so just not a skill of mine. But I'm trying. I've been trying to like just branch out more and more lately, you know, just like get good at stuff that I wouldn't normally do. Part of the problem too is I just I'm very bad at like that kind of precision, you know, where like the tip gets very thin. Like that's why I've always relied on things like the tiniest sizes of microns, because like I don't have a lot of precision when it comes to brushes. Like I need like basically a microscopic tip to get anything done. I have such a unique palette that I enjoy. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, you know, part of my style has always been extreme, like high contrast art. We are sort of trying something a little different here because we're attempting this without any contour lines. I am hoping that that won't diverge from my usual style too much, because there is something to be said for like having a style. So yeah, normally there'd be like ink lines already put down, but we're gonna see what happens if we just kind of don't do that. And if it's really bad, like I guess I could still add them in, so it's not like the end of the world, but yeah, we're just gonna give it a try and hope for the best. Hey Wahoo, welcome to the stream. So let's try another strand of hair. Now here's where it gets a little iffy, because it's like I don't know exactly how the highlights are going to like come together, if that makes sense. It's like, you know, we've got these gradients here for these individual strands, but like what happens as we get closer up to the top there? Like, are they gonna blend or are they gonna look weird? That's why I always try to work really quickly with these two, because like I want things to have a certain amount of blending that won't happen if I take too long. You're taking too long. See, I always do that. Like, I feel like this needs more. For some reason, I have this tendency to always go way too light the first time around, and then I have to do like a second layer to make up for it. It's like I hesitate too much at first or something. Let's see. But yeah, I am hoping like by not doing my usual contour lines, like maybe it'll give this like, yeah, kind of like what you're saying, Rosemary, like, you know, a sort of eerie quality. That kind of like painterly, like unsettling sort of quality. Oh, there was a tornado by you. I'm sorry. I'm glad you're okay at least. Just enjoying why you're making such peak art. Oh, thank you, Jaden. Appreciate that. I hope it ends up being peak. I'm a little unsure about this one. Anything involving the scene breaks conformity or set style just fits in this context. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is called the weird root for a reason, right? Weird and uncomfortable so having a natural works. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Like, I want this to like maybe have a kind of dreamlike quality to it. Sorry, I wanted to see what happens if I put like a reddish tone there at like the very like underside of it. Because that's where it gets like a little tricky too, is like, I don't know, hair has like odd qualities underwater, doesn't it? Like, you know, because you can kind of like see through hair to a certain degree. I don't know. Yeah, I know it has focus problems. There's nothing I can do about it though, because yeah, like as near as I can tell, my phone doesn't have any way to like turn off any sort of autofocusing, and so it never knows if it should like look up here at the mirror or if it should look at the paper. So yeah, we've had that problem every stream, unfortunately. I wish I could do something about it, but I looked through my settings and I couldn't find anything. Okay. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna keep going. It's like nothing too terrible's happened yet, so maybe we should just keep pushing forward. Now, I probably won't be able to follow all of these exactly, like the lines that I had originally drawn. Oh, the clanking in the back room? Yeah, that's just one of my roommates doing dishes or something. Yeah, so I kind of want these strands to be a little bit darker, because I think these are like a little farther back, right? Because yeah, these are gonna go like behind the face. Like that. I do feel like that sienna color's kind of, I think it's a little too cool toned. I'm not like loving the vibes there. What are you drawing? Yeah, for anyone who just got here, we're working on this like weird root art. Like if you happen to know Deltarune, like we're doing chapter 5 weird root illustration. And I'm doing it with no way of knowing if this is even gonna turn out good. I'm gonna feel so bad if this ends up being like a total disaster. Roommate's a cosplayer? Both of my roommates do like pretty intense cosplay stuff during Halloween. In fact, actually, one of my roommates messaged me about cosplay humble bundle. I'm not sure what that is exactly, but I guess it's probably just them getting ready for Halloween. I'll have to look up what that even means. I don't know what a cosplay humble bundle is. Hi, Jared, FNAF content. Ben isn't here today. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think today will probably be like a much quieter live stream, which is more typical for me. Like, I was actually very surprised that the Saturday's live stream like managed to get a lot of views, because like that's how it used to be around here. But then like a bunch of stuff happened that's like kind of killed the channel, so we're just like trying to slowly resurrect this place back to life, if we even can. So I go into every live stream these days just assuming that there's not going to be like a whole lot of attendance. Okay, so I'm purposely making like these strands like a little flatter because they're farther back, and then as we come back around over here, we're going to start like doing the highlighting again. This is also just a way for me to like make sure we get Chris's face shape figured out. I don't want to like accidentally lose that, because again, like I'm so used to relying on contour lines, like it kind of feels weird to not have that guide already in place. Pardon me. I realize it's like 6 p.m. my time, and I'm only just now finishing up some iced coffee. Probably not a very smart life decision, but what are you gonna do? Drawing while watching you do this, haven't had time to draw in forever. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Like I'm always hoping like that when I do this kind of stuff, that it might, you know, encourage some people to just draw along with me or like draw at all. Because I always find it kind of like motivating when I'm watching other people work on art. It like makes me want to draw too. So yeah, I'm always like hoping that these sorts of little hangout sessions will involve like other people also, you know, drawing along if they want to, but only if they want to. Obviously, not everyone's into drawing. Like, I feel like everyone can join me for also just hanging out and chatting, you know? Yeah, no, we're Kate the artist. I'll probably be here for at least another hour, hour and a half if I had to guess. Usually my art streams go from like anywhere like 2 to 3 hours. It's been about an hour now, so yeah, I think at least another hour. Okay, so now we're like getting into some of the scarier stuff because like now we have hair that's like really going in front of the face. Normally I would like try to do that sort of thing where you have like, I always think of them as like anime highlights, right? Where like you get those bands of highlighting, but I don't know. I do kind of like the eerie quality of all of this. Just like, I guess like the way I'm picturing it is like the hair gets lighter as it goes up, and then the water gets lighter as it goes down because it's gonna like completely white itself out at the bottom. I think. I don't know. I'm still having a hard time kind of visualizing that. But it's like the freedom is at the bottom of the lake. What am I planning for Halloween? Oh, it's not a secret. No, I'm doing Springtrap this year. It's going to be extremely ambitious. I'm a little bit worried about it. I hope it's not too ambitious, but you know, I said the same thing about Spamped and Neo, and that one worked out in the end, so hopefully it'll work out okay. Yeah, I have to like start doing my usual like thrifting, you know, like that's usually how it starts is I go to thrift stores and I go to like I rely a lot on like used sports gear stores actually when I'm doing like robotic cosplays of any kind. So yeah, I need to like hit up some of those places and see what's even available and kind of get a sense for like what I can use, I guess. And then we're gonna start like really getting down to business. So yeah, I think, I don't know. We're definitely gonna be doing live streams that are like, you know, me working on the Springtrap cosplay live. I just, yeah, I need to like gather all the base materials first. And then, yeah, then we can like really get into the nitty gritty of it. But, you know, I'm kind of having the same issue with Springtrap that I'm actually having with this illustration here, which is like, where do you draw the line between like your usual style and like trying new things? Because I feel like a character like Springtrap, there are so many like exact replicas of Springtrap that people have already done. Like Springtrap has been cosplayed so much at this point in the world, and a lot of them are just like exactly from the game. And I don't think that would fit what I do, but then it does like, you know, beg the question of like, well, is it just like not even going to be Springtrap anymore? Like, at what point is it? I don't know. Because like obviously my Mangle cosplay doesn't exactly look like Mangle. It's more about the vibes, right? Like an artistic interpretation of a character. So I don't know. I've been like hesitating a little bit with getting started on Springtrap just because I'm having a hard time deciding like exactly how I want to approach it. Because I still want it to look like one of my cosplays, but it's like, what does that mean exactly? Spring Trap Angle. Springton Echo? I don't know what that is. Looks so beautiful. Thank you, Mask Lady. Where do you use your Halloween cosplays other than for videos? It depends. Some of them I've taken to like Halloween parties in the city. Most of them I try to make them in a way where they can also be taken to conventions like after Halloween. Because like Mangle and Spampton Neo and Ballora were all technically Halloween cosplays at first, and then like, you know, I took them outside. They started to get to go to places. Do you win drawing your book if you're not going to win money? If it happens, if it just happens for a small time? I'm not sure I understand the question. Hi, Senior Frankie. Welcome to the stream. Okay, I'm trying to see if I want like one more like loose hair strand here that goes like this way. Yeah, maybe like kind of, because you know, like Chris's eyes are never visible. Well, yes, I know there's like the one red eye thing that they do sometimes, but that's not what I mean. So kind of go like this way. And sorry, I know I'm being very slow, but again, this is like not normally how I do things, so I'm like a little unsure. I'm being very hesitant. Some of these browns also just like do not blend as well as I would want them to. But part of that's also the paper that I use. Like when I did the Asgore one recently, the reason I was able to get this like really smooth gradient is because this is actually a different type of paper. This is like a smooth, like they're both Bristol paper, I think. And I've had to double check, but this is like a smooth version. Whereas like this is intentionally like rough and textured. It's like mixed media paper. So I don't know. I wound up going with this one because even though I can get like the really, really smooth gradients here, this kind of paper though cannot handle water. Like the moment you put water on top of it, it just pools and spills everywhere and just, yeah, that's how I lost one of my attempts at a Noel illustration, was due to me suddenly realizing that that paper really should not be used with water. But this kind here, like, yes, it can be a little harder to get a really good gradient, but I think it'll be good in the end because if I need to do any sort of like blurry, watery stuff, like at least this paper can deal with it. The other one, no, instant disaster. Chris has one eye and they keep it closed. Some people confuse it with a mouth. Is this like how people mistake Susie's nostrils for like tiny little eyes? Like she has just like an itty bitty little face, you know, like on her snout. Wait, which character is it that has it's one of the like chapter 1 characters where like their nostrils are their eyes. I think it's one of the chess pieces. I can't remember. Okay, yeah, let's like keep going here. Here's how it's like looking so far with the gradients. I'm hoping this will have like kind of a Art Nouveau quality to it at the end if I can not mess this up. Unfortunately, it's me, so it may be bad. I am not the most skilled, but we're gonna keep trying. No one ever learned anything by not trying. And at least this like isn't too complicated over here. I feel like Noelle's gonna be the bigger problem. Like there's a lot going on with her. I'm gonna be like, uh-oh. How do I even do this? Also, the sienna is kind of running out of pigment, I think. I'll have to double check. I do actually have a backup pack of Chromatex, but if there's certain colors that I use all the time, then the problem is I might check the backup pack only to discover that that one also is like low on the same stuff. Okay. Back to the hickory. I'm glad I grabbed the hickory because it actually looks really nice. I think it fits Chris's hair tones really well. Now, I know some of y'all might be wondering, why is it that I keep grabbing one of these at a time instead of like doing a bunch of brown and then a bunch of the next color? Like, why am I going like one at a time with each of these strand colors? But the reason is because I have just learned that if you want the best blend, then you have to act really, really fast. And so if I were to like, you know, do like the dark tips of each hair and then go up, you know, each color, then the first few that I do are gonna like dry out while they're waiting for the rest of them to get finished, and then they're not gonna blend as nicely. So I do realize that like the way I'm doing it probably seems super tedious, but it'll, at least in my experience, it'll look the nicest in the end. So I don't know. I'm willing to do tedious, like, just so long as like things turn out nice in the end. You know, that like at least will like motivate me. Because otherwise I'm like, what are we even doing? Yeah, let's like connect these together a little bit. And maybe like a little bit here, a little bit there. Okay. Trying to make it look like there's at least like some hair strands. Because yeah, it's like, it's not going to be a perfect gradient, but hopefully it'll at least convey hair and not just like a blob. Hi, Orkman. Welcome, welcome. It's going to be great. Oh, thank you, Aaron, comma back. I appreciate that. I hope so, because I'm a little unsure. I'm just trying my best here. Also, we will come back to some of the hair like by the chin. I wanted to like cover this area first, and then we're gonna come back to it. I swear there's like a slight method to the madness. Okay, drag this up. And up. Yeah, this sienna one is definitely running out of juice. I wonder why though. Like, I actually don't use brown that much. So I'm trying to think like what illustration I would have done that would have used up all of the sienna. I have no idea. I'd have to like look back over like art that I've done more recently, figure it out. Also, I think we definitely need to darken up like here-ish. Again, to like get that illusion of actual hair strands happening. And that's why I switched to this other paper, because as you can see, this paper can actually like handle it. I can like go back over things over and over and like it's not a total disaster. Whereas like the paper that I'm doing the daily doodles on, like, you know, don't get me wrong, like it's great paper for like just doing these kinds of quick doodles, but this type of smoothness, like, I don't know, you can kind of see in a few areas where, like, especially here, poor Seth, I overdid it a little, and the paper is like coming apart because this stuff just can't deal with the water like nearly as well as this stuff can. Sorry, Seth. But isn't that very in character for Seth? Things never seem to go quite right for them. I join you for a bite, of course. Hi, Tori. Thank you, thank you. Also, pardon me for a sec, y'all. I finished up the iced coffee, but I'm gonna just pour some liquid over here so I don't lose my voice like I always do. Hiya, Farvel. basketball. I'm sorry if I didn't say that right, but welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Also, I'm so sorry. I have like a cat hair on my nose, and I keep thinking that I got rid of it, and then I feel it like come back, and I'm like, how is this happening? And there isn't even a cat in the room, so like, how is this like? How is there so much cat hair? It's the problem. I live with 2 cats, and one sheds a lot, and the other's super fluffy. Hi, Kuno, Dr. Pepper. Who are we drawing? Yeah. So if anyone is just showed up, like if you happen to be with Deltarune, we're doing some weird root art. So we've got Chris and Noelle here having a really good time. Yeah. They're having so much fun. Totally. Okay, so we're gonna come back to this like chin area here. Mostly just because I wanted to like actually get their chin defined in some way. Because I don't know, without the usual contour lines, I get like nervous. Like, what is this? I don't even know what I'm looking at. I'm so not used to like drawing this way. Anxious. Love Deltarune at Kayati Buki. Welcome to the stream. Okay, let's like define these up. At least now Chris has like a face, right? I do think these hairs are like a little too uniform. I'll probably go back in later and like add more individual strands because I don't like it when hair like it shouldn't look all samey. You know what I mean? Like hair is very random and chaotic, but at least right now, just for like getting these base tones down, I'm not like diverging too much. The main thing is just like getting hair put down at all. Determination to be set aside. Planning any future cosplays past Springtrap? Hard to say. I mean, there's no way Springtrap would be the last cosplay I ever do. I can definitely say that much. But there's so many different cosplays that I want to do, and new content and things coming out all the time that like inspire me. So yeah, hard to say, but Springtrap is going to take a very long time. So yeah, it's going to be many months of work. Like I really do need to get started on it, because if it's anything like all my other Halloween cosplays, then even if I started now, I bet you I'm still gonna suddenly realize partway through like September or something that like I'm actually in trouble and barely managing to finish in time. Like with Spamton Neo, I was straight up painting the wings in the final week before Halloween. And I was so mad at myself. I was like, how have you been at this for this long and you're still barely making it to the deadline? Like, what's wrong with you? But it's, you know, it's hard. Like these cosplays, they take a lot of time. I mean, it's a ton of detail work, and you know, part of the problem is like sometimes you just don't know what's gonna go wrong, I guess. So there's always a chance that you know, I'll think like, oh, I have so much time to work on Springtrap, and then yeah, suddenly realize that like something I'm working on is completely imploded and I have to start over. Okay. Now I will say one thing I've learned about using this paper before is like, do you see how like muddy and like badly blended that looks. Some of that's actually not permanent. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know what it is with this paper, but sometimes it gets that like pilled look at first. And then like by the next day, all of that texture is gone. I don't know why. So that's why I'm not like too worried about it, because I've seen it do that before, and yeah, it usually just kind of like fixes itself. It's very peculiar. I think it's just from like getting waterlogged, you know, it gets all like, and then eventually it just kind of chills out as it like absorbs the water a bit better. It's also going to lighten up a bit over time too. It always goes down like a bit darker and then it kind of eases up. It's like those people who put their Halloween setups in August. I mean, if I had my way, every day would be Halloween. So like for me, it's like the moment that I think I can start preparing for Halloween, I'm like, yes, let's do it. It's like the only holiday that I even care about. Sorry, Noel. I should just stop using this sienna. It's like basically dead. It has like no pigment left in it. I really need to double check like who in the world had me using that much sienna, because it must have been some illustration I was working on that just had a lot of brown, which is very unusual for me. But for me to like actually be running out of sienna, it's like, well, something happened. Okay. I'm trying to like give it that watery effect. So it's like the hair is going to start kind of curving the other direction soon. But definitely gonna have to go back in and just like add a little extra chaos to it. Most of your home decor is Halloween stuff. Exactly. That's like the best thing about Halloween, is it's like, oh, now I can actually buy all of the stuff that I decorate my home with. Heck yeah. That's why when people call it like spooky season, I'm like, it's always spooky season for me, thank you. And the thing is, like, my roommates are the same way, so it's like everything around here is decorated like Halloween style. Like, I mean, I don't know if you can see, but like even behind me, like the walls are orange. Okay. Trying to think, so like the hair should probably kind of, I think like a few more strands going in this direction, and then, yeah, we want it to like kind of pull outwards. I also wanted a few strands that are like kind of hovering up near the top of the water, but I think we'll save that for the back. I think it would be like too cluttered if both Chris and Noel had some hair floating on the surface like right there. I also want to give Chris a lot of hair like in different lengths, because I just feel like they'd be the kind of kid who like tries to cut their own hair or something and it's like a big mess. And then like Toriel's probably all mad at them, like being like, I can't believe you cut your hair with the kitchen scissors. And but it's like, it's too late, like you can't fix it, it's been done. Or like maybe eventually Chris gets Susie to cut their hair. Can you imagine? Sketches tea. Oh, thank you, Taste Arcos. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So yeah, it's like some of these strands are a bit longer than the others, but I don't know. I feel like that's like in character for Chris, you know? I say that as if I didn't cut my own hair with like kitchen scissors. Oops. You're so pretty. Oh, thank you, local lover girl. Thank you. Susie definitely cuts her own hair, right? Definitely. Like she's out there distressing her own clothes on purpose. Definitely cutting her own hair. Susie eats her own hair. Probably. Sometimes it is easy to forget until you go back to chapter 1 that like the entire inciting incident of Deltarune is that Susie ate a piece of chalk. Like somehow we went from Susie eats a piece of chalk to we're fighting a titan. What a tale. What a legend. Also, hi Moonly Links. Welcome. Okay, let's get some more back drift on the hair here. And yeah, like I said, like these aren't like the only strands of hair that like we're gonna have. These are kind of just the main like base strands, and then we're gonna come back in later and just add a little bit more chaos. I'm kind of just finding the shape, the overall shape. Yeah, I think part of the reason why that kind of clumping is happening there is just because like since the sienna is pretty much completely out of ink, it's also just like adding mud to the paper. Yeah, with the flower cut in half. Wasn't that like on Tenna's board too? I heard like I'd have to double check on this, but I heard that if you give Ralsei control, like let them be player 1 on board 2 in chapter 3, like Ralsei will stop and take a photo of the flower cut in half. Like what a hater. I'm so here for Ralsei's hater arc. It's about time, you know. Ralsei realized he doesn't have to be a step on me queen forever. Okay, darken that up. Be curious to see how some of this dries, because yeah, it doesn't always dry exactly the way you think it will. It's a little unpredictable. So we'll see. So I'm just like taking it in. Sometimes I actually use the like the view of the art like on the phone and on the like live stream view and stuff to get like another angle of it. It's kind of like the equivalent of like, you know how they tell you to flip your art the other direction, you know, to like really see the mistakes. It's like kind of my quick version of doing that. I use the live stream to get other angles on it. It's like just because it looks okay to me like face on doesn't mean that it's actually okay. Susie was a box for Halloween, so true. Oh, she's like, it's not like I could be a goddamn monster. Okay, this is gonna be a little trickier. I always have a harder time like using the brush in this direction. My hand like just doesn't wanna. Right? Such a hater, you hated him before you even met him. It makes you wonder though, like what does Ralsei know? Because Ralsei definitely said like the knight will kill you and clearly was not like just joking around. So it makes me wonder like when Ralsei saw that flower on the board, was he genuinely just like, ah, I see. Hello, flowery. And if that's true, then like, yeah, stopping to take a photo of it was pretty cruel. I kind of love it. Such a hater. He's like, oh, neat. Stuff like that does make me wonder, though, like, what stuff is foreshadowing and we just don't even know it yet. Because there's probably a lot of stuff that, like, is absolutely foreshadowing in, like, chapter 5 and even, like, chapter 4, but, like, it's going to be a while until we realize it. Because I think that seashell on Tenno's board was pretty much like foreshadowing what happened to Onion-san. Because like I think that thing was meant to represent the normal NPC, just standing there on the beach, just repeating everything it knew, or all that it knew, I guess, which apparently isn't much since it just mimics what it heard. Yes, no, that is so valid. Everyone should definitely check out Moonly Lynx's cosplays, because, yeah, seriously. Y'all need to see their Mango cosplay. It's amazing. Sorry, I don't know why my hands are so itchy. I wish there was a way to, like... When does it... I was trying to see if, like, doing the @ thing, like, does it... Oh, I guess you could just... Okay, you could just click on Moonly Lynx's username. I was trying to see if there was a way for me to directly, like, link to their channel, but that would probably be the easiest way, right? So, yes, everyone, please check out Moonly's cosplays, because, seriously, like, his Mango cosplay is so peak. Like, seriously. And I say that having seen it in person. Okay, these are gonna be like the last few strands, I think, that are like kind of sticking up, and then I think the rest of these are gonna have to like sit on the water. I guess I didn't like totally define where the water's edge is. It's just kind of like a bad pencil line, but like, yeah, okay. I guess now is the part where I have to define where that line is, because it would be like here. Sorry. I just really don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna stop using the sienna. It's just, it ain't working out. In fact, I'm gonna move it over here. Why am I grabbing the hickory again? What are you doing? Stop it. You're killing the gradient. Art is so good. Oh, thank you, Pure Vanilla Cookie. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, for anyone who just got here, I will say, like, this kind of coloring is not something I'm used to doing, so if it looks good, I feel like it's a little bit just luck, because I'm like, I don't know. I'm sort of new to this kind of thing. Wait, that's the sienna. No, I want the khaki. I don't want the sienna. Okay, I'm already like confusing myself, and we haven't even been doing this for that long. I think that's the other problem, is I tend to confuse myself. I'll never be good at detail work because like the number of mistakes I make will always be too many. I mean, I guess we have like the hair shape more or less now. So I suppose this would be the part where I kind of add in just like some random strands. I'm just trying to think if those would be like darker or lighter. I'm like torn because it's like, well, darker because they're wet, lighter because they're thin. Stuff like this makes me wish I had like actually gone to art school. They probably teach things like that somewhere out there in art school, but I have no clue what I'm doing. I guess I'll go with darker strands. Like I said, I want like a little more chaos. And I want the hair to be different lengths because, as we were saying before, like, I just think Chris would cut their own hair. Just like Susie. I'm just using the hickory at this point. I like the red tones. Yeah, for anyone who just got here, we have a new custom emote that I added this morning since Tenna won the Tumblr Sexy Man Awards for 2026. I couldn't resist. I promise I will be adding some FNAF emotes pretty soon. I just, I saw an opportunity with Tenna. I was like, that's too funny. Still can't even believe that happened. Like, Tumblr, oh my goodness. Actually, maybe now would also be a good time to mention, I do have a Tumblr. I do share my illustrations there, but because, like, no one even knows I have a Tumblr, they just do not gain, like, any traction. Like, yeah, I think my Asgore, my Asgore illustration on Tumblr got, like, I don't know, like 12 notes or something. I mean, it's my own fault. I don't post there that often, so yeah. But because I like just don't post there that often, there was like someone in my YouTube comments who assumed that the one time they had seen one of my posts on Tumblr, it wasn't me and that it was like someone stealing my art, and I was like, no, it was me. It's just that account like does not like it's barely hanging on. But if anyone did want to follow me on Tumblr, it is there. I've had that account for like, I actually don't even want to know how long it's been, like 12 years or something, like ridiculous. But yeah, I just, I don't use it that much. Wait, what is that cute little emoji? That looks adorable. But I don't know if it is adorable. I don't even know what that is. That's why I wish the emojis weren't so tiny. What is that? That's so cute. Yeah, that's why like every now and then when I get people being like, can you draw my PFP or something? I'm like, bold of you to assume I can even see what your PFP is. You can't tell either? Okay. It's like, I can tell it's cool, but... Okay. So this is why I need to like just make more, because yeah, at least then if I make the emotes, then I'll at least know what they are by default. Okay, so I'm just like trying to debate like how much more to do with the hair. It's definitely like part of my style that I always do too much with the hair. It wouldn't be me if we didn't have this kind of stuff going on. I want like a few like really thin strands. Yeah. Because I think that'll make it look more watery, you know? Like that. Something like that. But then, like I said, the only problem is like hair does get like clumpy when it's wet, so that kind of complicates things a little. That's why I'm trying to like kind of, yeah, like clump them up at the ends there. Make it look kind of uncomfortable. Okay. probably like good enough for now. At least now like we can kind of see like where we're going with the hair. It's better than where we started. That's gotta count for something. Pretty good. Thank you, Peggy. It looks pretty good. Thank you, Inferno's call. Yeah, thank you. For anyone who just got here, like I am someone who's very, very anxious about any kind of coloring, so I'm glad if it looks good because I have like no confidence in this kind of thing. Me working without like defined contour lines is so not me, but we're trying it. We're giving it a try. I feel like an illustration like this should have like a, stop it, like a dreamlike quality, you know? So, I've got the hair. Skin tone is where I get a little nervous with Chris. Because like I was saying earlier, Chris kind of has like that Simpsons quality going on. Same way that like Frisk did. Got this all. Thank you. Appreciate the vote of confidence because Lord knows I don't feel like I have it. I'm kind of looking at it like, okay, what fresh way are you gonna manage to mess this up? Experience paid off with the hair. Oh, thank you. I don't feel like I have a whole lot of experience with this sort of thing. I've actually never tried to do hair like this. That's why I'm kind of sitting and staring at it because I'm just like, is this even okay? I think it's good enough for now. I'm just trying to decide if I want like. I mean, I might clump some of it up a little bit more later. We'll see how much it like lightens up as it dries. Because that's like the tricky thing is that sometimes what you see immediately is not exactly what you're gonna get later. It's gonna kind of fade a bit overnight. Not like in a bad way. It's just like sometimes it's hard to tell what work even needs to be done at first because you can't really see like exactly what you're gonna get. Okay. But yeah, maybe we should try some skin tones. So nerve-wracking. If it lightens, don't touch it. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I know there is like that urge to fix things because it's like, oh, this isn't exactly what it was before. So like your brain interprets it as like it's different, so it's wrong. But sometimes it's like not, and then you mess around with it and make things worse when when things were actually fine, you know? Graded it very well. Thank you, Inferno's call. Random pet peeve, when people beg me to cosplay a character I don't even know. Yeah. I feel that so hard. Yeah. Like sometimes I get comments where it's like, yeah, people like I've had some people recently where they'll leave a comment on every single one of my shorts that doesn't say anything except cosplay this blah 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 character, and I'm like, I don't even know who that is. You get too obsessed with the hair, work on the chains a little. Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad that the chains aren't done yet because they're gonna give me something to like go back to, because this is the safe area to me. Just doing like black and white and gold, I'm like, oh yeah, that's my usual thing. No problem there. It's everything here down where I'm like, uh-oh. That's when it gets tricky. But I'm hoping like that contrast will look really cool of like this being like black up here and then the color comes in. Because yeah, I'm hoping like the red will give it like that red heart soul appearance, and then like it'll just gradient like so crazy on the way downwards like into the lake. Something I might do, but I don't want to make any promises here because I'm really not sure, is like I do this like splatter art thing sometimes with like white ink. And I am wondering if like, I'd have to be very, very careful about this, but if I did it down here just a little bit, I could give the illusion that this basically like turns to static and fades out into white at the bottom. But that's something I'm not willing to decide on until the very end, because that's the kind of thing where you could easily screw up everything you worked on. But it can make for a really cool effect if done right. So yeah, we'll see how this all turns out, and then I might make some like very odd cosmetic decisions near the end. This isn't an artist or interesting. I hope so. Sometimes I feel bad that during these live streams, I tend to not get a lot of work done because like sometimes these streams turn into like a way for me to talk out loud, which I actually think is good like for the art, because sometimes if I'm just by myself, I don't think things through enough and I make rash decisions and mess up everything. There is something to be said for me like being able to just throw ideas out there and think out loud during a live stream. But then it's like on the other hand, I do worry that it can be boring for viewers, that so much of my streams are me sitting and pondering what I'm doing. But I do think the results tend to turn out better when I do that, as opposed to, yeah, sitting by myself and just being like, I don't know, and then I just like do something stupid. Like, sometimes slower is better. Sorry if I like your mango haven't, but now I won't request it. Wait, what? Do you mean like asking me to do mango again, or? Because I just meant like people asking me to do a cosplay of a character I just don't know, like at all. Like it's fine if someone's asking about like cosplays I already have. Way to work on my drawing. Just look back. The blending in the hair is so good. Oh, thank you, Graveyard Kitten. Yeah, I'm like afraid to touch it because I'm like, I do think it has a nice appearance now. It's like I see a couple small things where it's like, ooh, I could tweak that. But then on the other hand, I'm like, don't do it. You know what happens when you start doing stuff like that. You always do stupid things. Like, just leave it alone. You always mess things up in the final hour. Joking around, okay, yeah. Yeah, no worries. Like, yeah, the kind of people I'm referring to are like, yeah, I've had some people recently where it's like, they don't even have anything to say about the videos. Like, it's almost like they're just going through my list of shorts and just like spamming cosplay requests, and it's like, I don't even know that character. I don't know what you mean. I don't know. I get a lot of really weird comments. So, okay, yeah, if we're gonna like attempt some like skin tone with Chris, we're gonna have to be kind of careful. I mean, for one thing, in the actual scene itself that we're referencing, Chris actually doesn't even have like a visible face. Like that entire scene, Noelle and Chris are just shadow monsters essentially. So there is something to be said for that too. I mean, I do want Noelle to have more of a visible face because I was kind of hoping to push that like crazed look that she has, because her sprites were so scary during that scene. Good lord. But yeah, it's like I don't think I necessarily even have to give Chris like full-blown Simpsons skin tones here, because they would be pretty heavily in shadow in this scene. Okay, what the heck? I'm scrolling through. I'm on Google Images looking at Weird Root Chapter 5 art. That's all that I searched. And for some reason, one of the images that popped up is Flowery's Bromider, where he's in the bathtub with like a rubber duck of Birdly for some reason. And like, yeah, what are we doing here? What are we doing? But yeah, I'm looking at like what other artists did as far as like depicting Chris. It's a little tricky because a lot of artists actually kind of just drew Noelle in this scene. It's like they almost forgot Chris existed, which I think, I mean, I get it, but I don't know. To me, like the way that scene played out in my mind, like it was so heavily focused on both of them because it was, you know, that side shot. But yeah, I'm just kind of looking at like what other people did. Because yeah, whenever I'm like unsure of things because I'm like newer at stuff like watercolor art, I just find it helpful to like just see how other people tackle these problems. People who probably do know what they're doing. One of these illustrations is just like, it's just the heart by itself on the shore, just going like, like at the scene. Boy, ain't that the truth. But yeah, that's wild. Chris is missing from so many of these illustrations. I guess it does make sense though, because probably a lot of these people are just depicting it from Chris's perspective, since we'd be the heart looking like through Chris's eyes. But yeah, a lot of these are just Noelle. Well, okay. I think in that case, like, yeah, maybe just like shadowing Chris's face out almost completely would be the better way to do it. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat, Inferno Skull. Oh my goodness, $20. That's so generous. Thank you, thank you. I'm sorry I have to run. Don't overthink it. Do what your gut feels for this. It will turn awesome either way. I know. Oh, thank you so much. Like I said, I appreciate the vote of confidence, and that super chat is so generous. Thank you, thank you. And no worries, you caught most of the stream. We're actually closing in on 2 hours here pretty soon, so yeah, I probably won't be on too much longer. If I had to guess, probably another like 30 minutes, like maybe 45 at the most. I guess it'll depend on like progress that we make here. But yeah, thank you for the super chats. Leave the hair alone for now and see how it turns out. Yeah, definitely. Also, is that like a flowery pun? Leave the hair alone. Thank you, local lover girl. Hi, Dewdrop. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so yeah, for Chris's skin tone, I think this is another case where we should like get out the handy dandy junk paper and like mess around a little bit. So Chris has like that yellowy skin tone, like I said, the Simpsons tone, but I don't think that's really what we should be doing here. At least not like that exact, because yeah, we are talking about like a shadowy underwater face. So I'm actually thinking more like orange brown tones would be more correct. Not correct, but like just would fit the vibe. The only thing is like I don't want the face to fade into the hair either. That wouldn't be good. Just got home and popped on as fast as I could. Sorry I missed a lot of it. Oh, no worries. I mean, I'd say if anything, you caught the good parts, like with the hair. So much of the stream has just been me sitting here being like, so you probably caught the best part. So no worries. And I'll, you know me, I stream multiple times a week, so yeah, if you don't catch one, you know, you just catch another one. I might do an Aqua Get Ready With Me on Thursday. We'll see. I don't know, I was trying to decide if I wanted to do some adjustments to the wig. I don't know. That's why I didn't do it today. I almost did it today, but then I was like, actually, I think I want a few days to, I don't know, I guess I kind of wanted to see if I could do more with the bow. Like something more interesting than what I currently have. More like heart-shaped even. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I might do an Aqua Get Ready With Me on Thursday. I'll like decide that tonight. Okay, so as far as like, yeah, Chris's skin tone, which thankfully we don't even have to deal with that much. Like it's basically just like the face and there's a little bit of hand showing here, although Noelle's gripping most of it. I mean, we've got like this golden yellow here. And again, that's like that very Simpsons-like color. But it could work as like a base color at least. I have like this one flesh color thing, but I think it's a little too, I don't know, it's very orange. Which may not be like the worst thing, but what would this one do? That's actually very light. Boy, I don't know. This is where I'm like really out of my element, is this kind of stuff. Like I got so used to just doing black and white comic art that when it comes to like skin tone stuff, I'm like, oh my God. Let me look again at just like, I'm gonna adjust the search here. Would help if I could spell. Hello. Yeah, it does look like most people are leaning more into like the orange and brown tones, which makes sense for a sunset scene. Especially given like, yeah, we basically didn't see Chris's face for the entire scene. Just like as long as I can do that in a way where the face doesn't completely vanish into the hair. Because then it's going to look like Chris is wearing like a hair helmet. Not that Chris isn't like a little bit doing that, but still. I wonder if like, I don't really see anyone else doing this, but I wonder if it would be interesting if, again, like let's test it. Let's say like Chris's face is heavily in shadow. And then there's just like a slight edge of yellow, like a highlight around just literally like the edge of their face. Like, I don't know if it entirely works because I'm not really sure if light would reflect that way underwater, but it could look interesting and would keep the face from disappearing. See, this is me like without my contour lines, right? Being like, how do I make it so everything doesn't just blur into a blob? Because I don't know how to tackle that. I never had to learn. I do think though in that case we actually need something darker than the hickory. I wonder if, this might sound a little wacky, but something kind of purple bluish might actually work here for like just a really creepy shadow. Because sunset tones tend to have a little bit of purple, right? Try to catch it. It's hard with my work schedule. Yeah, no worries. Hope your night goes well. Maybe you got feeling me the best way forward. I hope so, because sometimes it's not, but I'll try. But thank you. I hope you have a good night too. So yeah, let's put down, I just want to see what happens if I do this. We have like this tone here. It says it's midnight blue, but to me it always looks like it's basically just purple. It's kind of weird. Into brown. And then like just the tiniest bit of orange around the edge. Gosh, I almost feel like it actually needs like even more of this. That brown is really powerful. Something like that. And then if I actually like get rid of some of it, like something like that. It's kind of tricky to do that in a really small area, but could try. Oh, beautiful. Oh, thank you, Mochi. Thank you. Yeah, I guess it's like another case of like all I can do is just kind of try it and see what happens. Oh boy. It's something very intimidating about taking this many risks live. I don't know if that is smart or stupid, but it's what I'm doing. All right. I mean, definitely like where Chris's eyes would be, that's where like the most shadow should be happening. And you know what? Worst case scenario, if this just like doesn't look good, we can probably just like pretty much black out the whole face and just say like, well, that's kind of how the scene looked anyway. I have no idea if this is gonna be good or not. Ugh. It's so hard to blend with these kind of like really, really light colors. Sometimes they just do not want to. Okay, and then like another layer of this. I have no clue. I guess we'll just like let that sit and see how it looks. Like that. Kind of let it like chill with the hair for a moment and see how that turns out. I think we need to like add a little more hickory here. And honestly, if I'm gonna do that, I do think there needs to be like just the tiniest bit more shadow here to create more contrast. I don't want to overdo it because yeah, I don't want to ruin the hair that we have. But just like push those like creepy values a bit more. Because we want this scene to be pretty unsettling. Okay. You know, in this sketch, Chris did have an ear, but their ear pretty much got like completely chopped away. Okay. Yeah, I'll like just let that settle for a moment. Art is weird. Yeah. Tell me about it. Doesn't get much weirder than this. Okay. I'm trying to see if it needs more of that blue shadow tone. It's kind of crazy how much that brown tone eats the blue. It's like gone. It's like that hickory color that I've been using. It's just like it consumes everything. First their hair, now their ear, right? You like Chris's hair? Thank you. You say they're drowning. I say they're no clipping their way to freedom. They're wrong warping somewhere cool. Whatever side B is. Yeah, maybe a little bit more purple. Because it's like it says it's midnight blue, but it never actually looks that way. Because, yeah, that hickory is just like eating it. Why did they drown? Um, it's kind of a weird situation, but like, I mean, pretty much Noelle figured out that she's like an NPC in a game, and understandably doesn't like that. Um, and I think she's kind of like starting to realize that there is nothing outside of the town. Like, I'm not saying that we know that's true, but that's kind of the vibe that the weird root is starting to give us, is like her realizing no one's ever seen the other side of the lake. So I think her logic is like, well, if we keep walking into the lake, then eventually we'll end up somewhere else, which does appear to be what happens, but we don't really know. But yeah, it's like, I know a lot of people are saying that like, oh, they just drowned, but I don't know. I think Noelle did it with the intent that like, not to like, you know, truly perish with Chris, but more like to find out what happens if you clip out of the game, basically. I mean, she does love glitches, so she figured, well, let's make a real glitch happen. Also, I'm trying to remember, does Chris have like a collar on their sweater? Because I was like, oh, I should draw like the neck tone, but then I realized I don't even know. Looks like everyone draws it a little differently. Yeah, because Chris has like, what is that? There's like a brown something around their neck. Is that their collar? Like, do they have a shirt collar of some sort? I don't know, because in the side sprite, it's like gone. Maybe it's just a wonky shadow. That's weird. Sorry, I said weird again. Yeah, I guess that's probably just meant to be a shadow. Sprite art is strange. That's why I was getting annoyed at people nitpicking my Aqua cosplay. I was like, yes, let's nitpick the like 10 pixels worth of detail that we all had. As if any of us know what the heck we're looking at. Yeah, I'm just gonna come to the conclusion that that's a shadow, and I think Chris just has like just a normal collar around their sweater. It seems like a lot of the artists draw it that way too, where there's just like a green collar. I mean, I see a few people doing like a brown shirt collar, but I don't know. This might sound strange, but that almost feels too formal for Chris. Like Chris having an actual shirt collar, since when? It's giving like the church clothes they didn't want to wear in chapter 4. So I think I might just do away with it. Sorry, the last time. Welcome back. Hey, Lucy Morningstar. Inconsistent sprites in Deltarune say it isn't so. Yeah, I noticed. I was watching like a full Let's Play. I like watching Born Losers Gaming play the game, and I don't know why I'd never noticed this before, but Tennis, like, Sprite, I guess, I know Tenna's a bit weirder compared to the others, but like, anytime that they're facing the other direction, the TV, like, thing on their shirt is just completely backwards. Like Toby just was like, no, I am not making separate sprite art just for Tenna facing the other direction, which is how we also ended up with Undyne having an eye patch on both eyes depending on which direction she's facing. Maybe that's why like she has both eyes in Deltarune, because Toby was just tired of dealing with that. Don't believe they have a collar. Yeah, I don't think so either. There's like a weird optical illusion that they sort of have one facing from the front, but every other direction I don't see anything like that. So I'm just going to conclude that it's like a weird shoulder shadow that's being cast. Because yeah, I mean, I love Deltarune, but yeah, so people relying on the sprite art that much, I'm like, y'all, come on. Like, this is a Toby Fox game. Inconsistent sprites are the backbone of this series. Like, yeah, so one of the criticisms I kept getting of the Aqua cosplay was like, she doesn't have lipstick. And I'm like, How do you know? How do you know what the heck we're looking at? It's just a red blob on her face of like 5 pixels. I don't know. Does she have just a red mouth? Is her mouth just always open? Does she have lipstick? I don't know. It's pixel art. There's no details. So, okay. Yeah, here's where we're at with Chris. I know it's like always blurring. I wish there was a way to get the autofocus thing to stop doing stupid things. Yeah, I feel like there's like a little more detail I could add to it, but I'm kind of just gonna like leave it for now. And so if we kind of like picture, like let's say like this is like where the collar of the sweater would be, then I can probably just shade that in as dark as possible, because like I do think that's basically just shadow, and I don't think any light would really even reach that area. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna like fully shade that in. And I think it'll look better once the actual collar is drawn on. Because then, yeah, we'll have like a nicer contrast. And I might still add like more hair strands later too, so yeah. Okay. But yeah, it's like this scene should be like kind of dark and murky. So kind of pushing that angle a little bit here. Okay. Yeah, I think Chris's collar is going to be like green, I think. I think green is like, I think it's just the one yellow stripe, right? And everything else is like a grassy green. Night Sword is the same way too in Spammed Neo. Yeah, I had somebody comment on my Spammed Neo cosplay being like, actually, the wing colors are backwards. And I was like, actually, phone cameras are inverted. Like, front-facing cameras have always been that way. And also, his wings flip depending on which direction he's facing because Toby Fox didn't feel like making another sprite. Looks cool. Thank you, Bob the Fifth. Is it Bob the Filth? I hope I read that right. Hate when people nitpick on any cosplay. It's just the artist's interpretation. Exactly. Yeah, I feel like my Aqua cosplay got like the worst of any of them so far. Like, people are really nitpicking. I'm so tired of people telling me to get rid of the red corset. At this point, I'm just doubling down on principle. Like, I'm just like, no. I'm actually not going to, because a bunch of you rudely, not even politely, but rudely demanded that I get rid of it. So now I'm not gonna. Well, thank you so much for the star, Rel 5500. Thank you. Oh, Chris, I've read tons under there. I can't, doesn't change who I'm cosplaying. Yeah, like I've always seen cosplay as just artistic interpretations of things. Like, I think when people get too obsessed with canon accuracy, like at a certain point, they're just kind of taking the fun out of it, you know? Oh, thank you for the cold coin, Rel 5500. I'm so sorry if I'm like saying your username wrong, but thank you so much. I see you said coin and another star. Thank you. I appreciate that. Are those acrylic markers? So actually what these are, I am using Chromatech watercolor brush pens. So they're basically the same thing as watercolors, except that like the pigment is just loaded into the pen instead of like you having, you know, like a palette of colors that you're dipping into. And you're actually supposed to use these with like, you know, literally just a brush full of water, which I do sometimes. I just, I have kind of a weirdly like over pigmented style that I like to do. My art tends to be very like neons and stuff. So I don't use the water as much. A lot of times I just, like, you're probably not really supposed to use Chromatex that way, but I tend to like just go straight down onto the paper with these, which definitely does give my art more of like not even just like more of like an acrylic marker look, but I've often been told that my art ends up looking digital despite the fact that it's on paper. And part of that's because I also multi-layer everything. So like I haven't done it yet, but like all of these black areas, I'm going to do them a second time, which is gonna suck, but I do it every time to get rid of like all the like streakiness. So yeah, that's why it's like a lot of my illustrations, like I get told that like they end up having like almost a like digital look to them in the end because yeah, everything is just so multi-layered. Like this is probably like 5 layers of watercolor, but yeah, all of this is double layered. But yeah, it's like it does make it confusing because then even though these are watercolors, they don't really end up looking like watercolors, but I'm kind of hoping in this specific case they actually will. Because I don't know. I just think watercolor sort of fits the like vibe of the scene too for all the like worst possible reasons, I assume. So yeah. So I'm trying to decide like how much farther to go here. You know, I'm gonna do Chris's hand there only because I have the worst memory ever, and if I don't do it, I'm gonna forget what colors I used. I'm embarrassed to admit. So even though it's just like this tiny little spot here, I'm just gonna do it now because I know me. I know that I'm gonna mess it up later if I don't. Sometimes I will literally just write down the colors I used because I can't remember anything. It's so annoying. Looks nice and opaque. Oh, thank you. No, thank you, Cherry Blossom. I appreciate that because I'm actually like kind of new to watercolor, so like I don't entirely know what I'm doing. And I'm always worried that I'm not doing a good job. So thank you. Wow, it's crazy how much that like hickory and yellow do not want to blend. I mean, that's okay because I do feel like the hand should be mostly in shadow anyway. But it is like funny seeing how much the two colors are just like, no. Sometimes it's also just like the paper. It just makes decisions and it's just like, I don't feel like it. And of course I can always like come back later and fix that up a little bit. Yeah, welcome back, Kate the artist. Thank goodness I'm still streaming then. But yeah, that's why like, I'm trying to decide how much farther I should go. I mean, we've got the hair, we've got sort of a face, although I do think I'm gonna like go back in later and add like a little bit more detail. Obviously the sweater would be like the next thing to tackle. But yeah, this is where like I'm unsure because this is like something I was talking about at the very start of the live stream is like if we're gonna be putting like sunset and water tones down, then is it better to just do the colors of like the sweater as if there's nothing weird going on? No weird lighting, no underwater shenanigans, like just do the green, do the yellow, and then later like overlay on top of that, you know, with the like reds and oranges and whatever other colors we need to use. Because if that's the case, then it's like doing the sweater would actually be pretty easy because we would just be treating it like this is a totally normal thing. So I don't know. I'm so like, pun intended, I'm so out of my depths here. Looks so good. Thank you, Plute. I probably didn't say that right, but thank you. Welcome to the stream. I suppose we could at least put down like some green on the sweater and see how it looks. It might be kind of nice to like see how this is panning out with some like additional color that isn't just hair and skin tones. They have like a very like grassy kind of sweater. Like the yellow and the green are not even like that different. It's kind of funny. But then it's like, yeah, I'm like, how much shading though would I even do here? I don't know. I'm looking at other artists again. But yeah, it is so tricky because it is amazing how many people like didn't really draw Chris in this scene. Also, a few people just went like full shadow, like just not even features, just everyone's the silhouette, which like valid. That's basically how the scene played out. Gosh, I don't know. I wish I was more experienced with this stuff, that's for sure. This is the kind of thing where digital would be easier because you can just like overlay any tint on top of things, whereas with watercolors, you don't always know what's gonna happen. Oh, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, Red Fester. Thank you, thank you. Again, with my donation as usual, very good work. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. That's very generous. Yeah, I hope this will turn out okay. I would say this is the kind of work where I don't know if it's going to be good or not. We're just kind of going for it. Yeah, let me lighten up the sweater a little bit here. Because especially dealing with really light colors like green and yellow, like these pencil lines might show through a lot. And I actually think it's okay if some amount of pencil line shows through with watercolors. I think it can look really nice. But too much of it would kind of defeat the whole point of me not doing watercolors, or not doing contour lines for once. People said Deltarune artist ancestors of Picasso. They weren't kidding. Oh, thank you, Bigolson. I don't know if I said that right, but thank you, thank you. It's amazing art. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm actually feeling very unsure about it because I don't normally do this kind of like watercoloring. So yeah, I appreciate that people seem to think it's turning out okay so far. Girl, this is fire. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you. Oh, mozzarella sticks do sound really good. It's 7:15 my time and I haven't had dinner yet. I don't really have anything all that appetizing lying around either. It's probably gonna be one of those like forage for trash in the pantry kind of evenings. I'll just have like almonds for dinner or something. Glazed watercolor, but it's a big old pain in the butt. That does sound like a pain because I can kind of picture what you're talking about, and that sounds like, sounds like a lot of effort for a thing where like I don't even know if it's gonna look good. Ugh. I have like such a love-hate relationship with watercolors because of stuff like that. Like they can look so cool, but they're also so annoying to work with. Sometimes I do miss the simplicity of the days when I just did black and white inking art and that was it. Those were good times. But like also I think I got bored with it, so yeah. I think I do need the variety. Like I don't know. I guess I'm torn on like how much shading to do with the sweater. Cuz I do feel like it might be well, I don't know though, because it is such a silhouetted scene. It's like, do I continue doing kind of what I did up here where the face is mostly gone? You know, do I like really, really darken the sweater and just leave like a little lighting around the edge? Or do I just do the sweater just like, oh, it's just green, and then just like deal with it later? I don't know. This is one of those illustrations where I just have a bad feeling no matter what I do, this isn't going to end well. Just like the weird route. You like what I did with the face? Yeah, I do think like that kind of edge of lighting is like kind of nice. What if, here, let's get out the junk paper again. Let's assume, say like, this is like a shoulder, okay? Like that's like Chris's sweater. And then let me just grab a couple shades of green here. I've got like, let's see, bottle green. I know that one's super dark. Got the midnight blue. I think I just have like a green. Green. There's like grass green. And then there's like the yellow green, which is probably like the closest to what Chris's sweater actually looks like. So, okay, let's try. I have no idea if it's gonna look good, but like, so let's say like the shadow starts here. And then it like lightens up as it, you know, obviously gets away from the shadow. And you just end up with like this sort of like outline around it. Did I use the grass green? I feel like I skipped that one. But yeah, I'm just thinking like if there's just like this kind of edge around it, it could kind of have the same effect as the face where it's like almost like a silhouette, but it's like glowing, you know? You can watch your playthrough later. Do you mean my my chapter 5 playthrough? Yeah, I'm really bad at Let's Playing because I'm like bad at video games, but I always have like a good time. So like my chapter 5 Let's Play went on forever because I was so bad at like winning boss fights and stuff, and like I was doing so bad at the platforming, even though I grew up on platforming, because like I did everything on a Surface Pro keyboard, which is so stupid. But yeah, I still had a really good time. So yeah, if you want to like watch me try out Deltarune, yeah, I do have a full Let's Play on the channel because I also did all the other chapters as well. Obviously, like chapter 5 is just the most recent one. There's even like a full 7 hours of me fighting Jevil on the channel. Riveting, right? Okay, I'm just trying to like picture if like that could look good for the sweater or if it's like a bit much. I guess it's like when I was picturing the end result of the illustration, I wasn't really picturing that much shadow, but I also wasn't really picturing much of anything, which is kind of not good either. I tend to just sort of jump into these things and hope for the best. I guess we could kind of, we can at least see how like the greens look against like the collar of the sweater. You know, like compared to how the hair looks, let's say. So if we kind of assume that the shadow would start here-ish. And we're gonna kind of go outwards. I mean, I do think the collar would be more in shadow than the rest of it. So I wouldn't want to go like full, like yellow green. Something like that. I think it still needs to be darker though. At least up here. I'm not saying that's necessarily true for the rest of the sweater. I'm just saying like this kind of area. Also bad, but I love seeing people play because it can bring some different perspectives. Yeah, that's why I really love watching Let's Plays of Deltarune, because I feel like every player has like very different takes and different theories and thoughts, and it's just like it's just, I don't know. Even more so than a lot of other games, watching people play Deltarune is super interesting. Welcome back, CNL. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably be wrapping it up fairly soon. I'm just kind of doing some, like, testing here. I think at the very least, before we finish the stream, I just want to try, like, Chris's shoulder here, just to get a sense of how the green is even playing out. So I don't know, because like, if I can figure this part out, I think it'll really help me figure out what the heck I'm even doing with the rest of this. And like, it sounds bad, but like, I also just want to know as soon as possible if this art is going to end up being a lost cause. Like so many of my illustrations end up being. I think this will help me figure that out. So it's like I'm intentionally doing this too dark, because then we're gonna go like around the edges with the lighter tones, and that'll make it like kind of glow. I purposely did it in a weird way because, like, I do think we have to also, unfortunately, keep clothing folds in mind. So, like, we would end up separating some of these spots like this. I also don't want to go any lower there because there should be a yellow stripe on the arm. So I don't want to dip into that zone. Okay. And then just kind of like bleed those together like that. I do feel like that gradient's like a little wonky. Maybe if I just like bring this out a little more, maybe that'll help. Let's try. Something like that. I mean, at least it does make like the clothing fold pop a little bit. This is another thing though, where like we definitely need to see how it dries. Because I remember from working on that one Undertale illustration where I had the giant Omega Flowey that for some reason, like, these green Chromatex do some weird stuff. So I do know for a fact that some of this weird texturing is gonna like fade overnight. I don't know why it always does that, but it does. In fact, it was doing it a little bit in the hair earlier in the stream, and you can actually see that some of that's already going away, and it's only been like an hour or two. And yeah, the green is gonna do the same thing. I don't know why it does that. Art is a snapshot of one's imagination. Looks great. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Hair is so good here. The water's a paid actor. Thank you. Yeah. Gosh, I hope this illustration works out. I'm like trying things I haven't tried before, and I'm just like, ah. I'm so nervous. I want to at least finish up that top area, and then we can like end the stream after that, because I'll be dipping into the like yellow stripe zone, but I just want very badly to see how the rest of this looks. It's so hard to picture. I have some weird stuff with like, I don't know, like I'm not gonna like get into it too much, but I have a hard time being able to picture the depth of certain things in 3D. So that's another reason why like I'm so like hesitant, because I do understand certain unusual weaknesses that I have that I can't do much about. Okay. I'm just trying to picture like how the light would even hit the shoulder. You drew Tenna? Are you gonna share it so we can see? I wanna see. Did you also congratulate him on winning the Tumblr Sexy Man for 2027? Sorry, I'm just never gonna let that go. It just makes me laugh. I think because I just wasn't expecting it. No offense, Tenna, but I actually did not think that Tumblr was gonna vote that way. There's nothing personal to you, Tenna. It was more me miscalculating Tumblr's opinion of things. He won, yeah, he did last night. He actually did win. I was surprised, like, but in a good way. I was delighted. I was like, oh my god, really, Tumblr, amazing. And hey, it's a good thing, because we all know if anyone needs the validation, it's Tenna. I do feel bad for Spamton, though, who has lost the Tumblr Sexy Man thing a few years ago and now has to deal with the fact that he's living in a timeline in which he lost and Tenna won. Then again, isn't that just Deltarune? I mean, one of them is living in a dumpster, the other one is living with Metaton. Who's winning and who's losing here? Just saying. Oh my gosh, using these green tones though is bringing me back to when I was working on Omega Flowey. I haven't brought these colors out in a while. Ooh. I do this a lot too, where I use like the lightest color as a way to, like, I basically use it in place of a blending stick. Because something that's really nice about these Chromatex is you really can't permanently stain the tips of any of these with other colors. It just doesn't happen. So you can kind of use the lighter colors to blend, and you're not gonna risk like ruining that particular one. I don't know, I just think the shadow's a little... It's so hard to tell when there's only like part of it. Oh, in the community? I mean, if you want to. You can share in the community if you want. I'm assuming you'll post on Instagram or something, even if it's just a story post. But yeah, anywhere you want. I'm not trying to pressure you into sharing it. I selfishly just want to see it. I mean, we do need more Tenna art out in the world, though, don't we? Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how to like make this look a little bit better. I think maybe the shadow just needs to like... I don't know. I feel very indecisive here. Now with the new custom emote. I gotta make some more. Now that I know how, it's too much fun. Yeah, I'm just trying to picture like how the shadow would fall here. I have a hard time doing that, unfortunately. I do wish I had more references for this or something. I'm just kind of winging it. I'm wingdinging it. Because like maybe there should be more shadow like up there. Maybe? It's so hard for me to picture. I mean, I'm sure near the end of all this, I'll have to like push a lot of values that aren't pushed yet. But it's like anything I can take care of now, of course I would want to. I just don't know like exactly where some of the blending needs to happen. I think maybe some of it is like, I wonder if like this needs to kind of come up a little bit more. I feel like Chris has a very baggy sweater on, you know? I have no idea. This is one of those things where it's probably gonna be really hard for me to visualize anything until like everything's in place, and then it's like, okay, I can see what to do now. But when it's all like nebulous like this, I'm like, I have no freaking clue. Some of the colors are already fading though. Like, I just cannot believe how much the hickory eats that blue. Like, there was so much of that blue tone on the face, and it's like gone. Like, how in the world? Like, I can't even see it in the hair anymore. Like, the brown just consumed it. Like, sucked it up with a straw and made it vanish. That's crazy. I'm definitely gonna have to push some of the shadows, because that's absurd. All my shadows have vanished. Flowery told me. That is one of my favorite memes that's come out of chapter 5. Oh yeah, Flowery told me. Oh, there's a spider in your wig. No, that's the worst. Yuck. Ugh. I'd have such a hard time even like looking at my wig again after that. One of my cats ended one of my wigs, but he didn't do it because there was a spider. He just did it because he's a hater. Greg's just a chill guy. So that. Yeah, I guess like we're at the point now where I feel like I need to just kind of let these colors do their thing, and then I can figure out where to go from here. But I think this is like a decent start, I hope. I mean, it's not the worst. It's hard for me to picture anything because it's like a lot of this isn't exactly how I was imagining it in my head, but I also like don't do a very good job ever of picturing art in my head ahead of time. I kind of just wing it pretty much every time. I hate to say it. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I just, I'm not good at like sticking to a plan, I guess is the best way to put it. Only with art. I'm actually really good at sticking to plans IRL, but when it comes to art, just terrible. It's why I don't really like try that hard with the pencils because I know I'm not gonna like stick to it anyway. Um, so yeah, I guess like we can probably just like wrap it up here, and then I'm hoping like maybe while I'm like having dinner or something, like the colors will just settle, and I'll be able to like get a better visual on these. Like, you know how like your brain kind of refreshes a little when you look away for a little while? I'm hoping if I get a full refresh, then I can look at these and be like, ah, okay, I see what we're doing here. I especially just want to see what those greens are gonna do because yeah, I remember from like working on Omega Flowey that like some of these green chromatics are weird. They do weird, unpredictable things. So I kind of want to see what happens here. But yeah, I feel like we could probably like wrap it up here. Flower told me you'd say that, right? Let him in my house. Details amazing. Thank you, Kate the artist. Oh no, green gaster's here. As I was talking about green chromatics. Welcome, welcome. Um, but yeah, I guess we can start wrapping it up here. Yeah, as far as my next live stream goes, like I said, I might do an Aqua Get Ready With Me on Thursday. I just need to decide, like, I don't know. First of all, I kind of want to reset the wig. I actually had the wig, like, really unpolished and, like, messy and terrible the first time. And then I tried to fix it up and make it better the second time. And now I kind of wish I hadn't. Like, I think I kind of liked it better when it was, like, a disastrous wig. It, like, fit the vibes better. So, I don't know. There's, like, I kind of want to, like, sort of redo the wig again. But it just, I don't know. I was also hoping I could do something with the bow. Like, it has like this tiny little sparkly heart pendant on it, but it's like kind of boring and it doesn't really show up in videos that well. I'm wondering if I can do something with a little EVA foam maybe and just make something more interesting. I don't know. I wouldn't really change much with the outfit because I think like the outfit is really basic and that's just sort of correct, like it should be. Um, Like I saw one Aqua cosplayer who I think was just using like a blue Snuggie, and I was like, that's very correct. um, but yeah, I'll let y'all know about that because I always schedule the live streams ahead of time, of course. So yeah, probably like I'll make a decision tonight, and then sometime tomorrow I'll like put the live stream up and make a community tab post about it, like I always do. So yeah, I'll let y'all know. If it doesn't end up being Aqua, then it'll probably be like another art stream, or it'll be like a working on a cosplay stream. I mean, it's even possible like I could do a stream where I'm just working on the Aqua wig, and then we'll do like a get ready with me on a different day. But yeah, we will decide. I am hoping to eventually return to a schedule where I don't have to make like last minute decisions about live streams. Because I know we used to sort of have that. We will get back there. We're transitioning the channel like back to normal as much as possible. Because yeah, I'd like to think by the end of the year things will be normal again ish. Comfortable Aqua, right? Like, imagine going to a convention like in a Snuggie, and that is your cosplay. It's genius. So yeah, I will let y'all know what the next stream is because I want to stream on Thursday regardless of what it is. Like, yeah, whether or not it's an art stream, I'm making a cosplay stream, a get ready with me, whatever it is, I still want to stream on Thursday. So yeah, just keep an eye on the community tab as always. I'm sorry, these fake lashes are driving me crazy. I feel like I did not put them on very well today, and they just feel like yuck. I'm not very good at fake lashes. Yeah, and I will, of course, like, keep y'all updated on the progress with this. yeah, if you don't already follow me on Instagram or TikTok, like I do share a lot of story posts there where I show progress on art that I'm working on. So yeah, like if you want to see how this is going before the next live stream where I work on this illustration, that would be like the best place to do it would be like Instagram or TikTok, especially Instagram though. So yeah, I'm gonna head out. I should have some food finally. And yeah, hopefully I'll see some of y'all on Thursday. I hope that you enjoyed the stream today. And yeah, I'll see y'all around the channel. So anyway, bye everyone.